What if the rule of two was broken by Anakin and Sidious? The galaxy would burn. Not slowly, not quietly, but in a storm of betrayal, power, and darkness that would make the Empire's rise look like a mercy. Two Sith Lords ruling as equals. It's never been done. There's a reason why, and that reason is about to tear the galaxy apart. Let's explore the depths of it in the video. Count Dooku's head hits the floor. His body slumps, but Anakin doesn't feel victory. He feels something else. Power. Raw, intoxicating power radiating from the Chancellor behind him. Palpatine's restraints fall away with a casual flick of his wrist. His smile is cold, predatory. Good, Anakin, good. You have done well, my boy. But now, I think it's time we had an honest conversation. Anakin's hand moves toward his lightsaber. What do you mean? The Chancellor steps forward. His eyes flash yellow. Just for a moment. But Anakin sees it. I am what the Jedi have been searching for. I am the Sith Lord they fear. I am Darth Sidious. The words hang in the air like poison. Anakin should attack. Should arrest him. Should do something. But he doesn't move. Because Palpatine is still talking. And every word cuts deeper than any lightsaber. Before you do something foolish, young Skywalker, consider what I offer. The Jedi Council has rejected you at every turn. They fear your power. They denied you the rank of Master. And now they ask you to spy on me. To betray the one man who has always believed in you. How did you know about that? I know many things, Anakin. I know about your nightmares. I know about Padme. I know that you would do anything to save her from the death you've seen in your visions. The Jedi cannot help you. Their dogma blinds them. But I can teach you. I can show you how to save her. You're lying, am I? Search your feelings. You know the Jedi have failed you. But I offer you something different. Not as my apprentice. Not as a subordinate. As my equal. Anakin's eyes widen. Equal? The traditional Sith follow the rule of two. One master, one apprentice. But that rule was created by the weak. By those who feared competition. You and I, Anakin, we are not weak. Together we could reshape the galaxy. No more hiding. No more deception. True order. True peace. And Padme, she will live. I promise you that. With our combined power, we can unlock secrets of the Force that even the ancient Sith never dreamed of. We can conquer death itself. But only if you stand with me. Only if you break the chains of the old ways. Anakin stares at Dooku's corpse. He thinks of the Council's rejection. Their constant distrust. Padme dying in his visions. The power he's always craved. The recognition he deserves. His hand slowly moves away from his lightsaber. What would you have me do? Palpatine's smile widens into something terrible. First, we ensure your wife's safety. Then, we deal with the Jedi. And after that, my young friend, we remake the Sith in our image. No more rule of two. No more limitation. An order of dark warriors loyal to us alone. You and I as co-rulers of a new galactic empire. And the Republic? The Republic is already dead. It's been rotting for decades. We'll simply make it official. Order will replace chaos. Strength will replace weakness. And those who oppose us will be swept aside. Anakin feels the dark side swirling around him. For the first time in years, he feels free. No more lies. No more pretending. Just power and the will to use it. I accept. But on one condition. We are equals in this. True partners. No master, no apprentice. Palpatine extends his hand. Of course, my friend. We are Sith Lords together. The rule of two is broken. A new age begins. As they shake hands, the ship shudders. The battle rages outside. But everything has changed. This partnership will reshape the galaxy, and it will doom it. The metallic hum of lightsabers fills the observation deck of the Invisible. Hand as Anakin Skywalker stands over Count Dooku. His blue blade crosses with the green saber held in his mechanical hand, both pressed against the Sith Lord's throat. Palpatine watches from his restraints, his voice urgent and commanding. Kill him now. Anakin hesitates for only a moment before the blades slice through. Dooku's head rolls across the floor as his body slumps. But something is different this time. As Anakin deactivates his lightsabers, he feels it. A surge of power emanating from the Chancellor, dark and intoxicating. Palpatine's restraints fall away with a flick of his wrist, and he rises to his feet with a smile that sends chills down Anakin's spine. Good, Anakin. Good. You have done well, my boy. But now, I think it's time we had an honest conversation. What do you mean? The Chancellor? No. Palpatine steps forward, his eyes gleaming yellow for just a moment before returning to their usual calm. I am what the Jedi have been searching for. I am the Sith Lord they fear. I am Darth Sidious. Anakin's hand moves to his lightsaber, but Palpatine raises a hand in a placating gesture. Before you do something foolish, young Skywalker, consider what I offer. The Jedi Council has rejected you at every turn. They fear your power, your potential. They denied you the rank of master despite everything you've sacrificed for them. And now they ask you to spy on me, to betray the one man who has always believed in you. How did you know about that? I know many things, Anakin. I know about your nightmares. I know about Padme. I know that you would do anything to save her from the death you've seen in your visions. The Jedi cannot help you. Their dogma, their fear of the dark side blinds them to true power. But I can teach you. I can show you how to save her. You're lying, am I? Search your feelings. You know the Jedi have failed you. You know they will never give you what you deserve. But I offer you something different. Not as my apprentice, not as a subordinate, but as my equal. Anakin's eyes widen. The traditional Sith follow the rule of two, one master, one apprentice. But that rule was created by the weak, by those who feared competition. You and I, Anakin, we are not weak. Together we could reshape the galaxy. No more hiding, no more deception. We could bring true order, true peace. What about Padme? What about my wife? She will live. I promise you that. With our combined power, we can unlock secrets of the Force that even the ancient Sith never dreamed of. We can conquer death itself. But only if you stand with me. Only if you break the chains of the old ways. Anakin looks down at Dooku's corpse, then back at Palpatine. He thinks of the Council's constant rejection, their refusal to trust him. He thinks of Padme lying in bed, dying in his visions. He thinks of the power he's always craved, the recognition he's always deserved. His hand slowly moves away from his lightsaber. What would you have me do? Palpatine's smile widens into something predatory. First, we ensure your wife's safety. Then, we deal with the Jedi. And after that, my young friend, we remake the Sith in our image. No more rule of two, no more limitation, an order of dark warriors loyal to us alone. You and I as co-rulers of a new galactic empire, and the Republic? The Republic is already dead. It has been rotting from within for decades. We will simply make it official. Order will replace chaos. Strength will replace weakness. And those who oppose us will be swept aside. Anakin takes a deep breath, feeling the dark side swirling around him like a cloak. For the first time in years, he feels truly free. No more lies, no more pretending, just power and the will to use it. I accept, but on one condition. We are equals in this, true partners. No master, no apprentice. Palpatine extends his hand and Anakin takes it. Of course, my friend, we are Sith Lords together. The rule of two is broken and a new age begins. As they shake hands, the ship shudders around them. The battle still rages outside, but everything has changed. Together, they make their way to an escape pod. The war is about to take a very different turn. When they return to Coruscant, Anakin goes immediately to Padme. She's in their apartment, worried sick about him. He embraces her, and for a moment everything feels normal. But then he pulls back and looks into her eyes with an intensity that frightens her. Padme, I need you to trust me. Something has happened. Something that changes everything. What is it? What's wrong? The Chancellor, he's not what we thought. He's powerful. More powerful than any Jedi. And he's offered to help us. To help save you from the visions I've been having. Anakin, what are you talking about? He's a Sith Lord, Padme, and I've joined him. Her face goes pale. She steps back, shaking her head. No, Anakin, tell me you're joking. Tell me this isn't real. It's the only way to save you. The Jedi, they can't help us. They're too weak, too bound by their codes. But Palpatine, he knows secrets of the Force that can prevent death itself. You've sided with a Sith Lord? Anakin, do you hear yourself? This is madness. It's clarity. For the first time in my life, I see things clearly. The Jedi used me. They never trusted me, never valued me. But this is different. I have real power now. Power to protect you, to protect our child. Our children. She places a hand on her stomach, tears streaming down her face. I'm carrying twins, Anakin. And you want to bring them into a galaxy ruled by the Sith? I want to bring them into a galaxy where they'll be safe, where their father isn't held back by jealous old men who fear his strength. Padme, please trust me. I'm doing this for us. She looks at him for a long moment, seeing the yellow tinge beginning to creep into his eyes. The man she married is still there, but something else is there too. Something dark and hungry. If you go through with this, if you help Palpatine destroy the Jedi and the Republic, I won't be able to follow you. I can't. But the purge isn't as complete as Palpatine hoped. Some Jedi sense the betrayal before it happens. Others are simply lucky. Yoda deflects the initial volley and escapes into the forest of Kashyyyk with Chewbacca's help. Obi-Wan survives Cody's shot and flees Utapau. Ahsoka Tano, no longer officially a Jedi but still strong in the Force, fights her way free from the clones hunting her. Dozens of other Jedi manage to escape, scattering across the galaxy. At the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, the 501st Legion marches up the steps. At their head walks Anakin Skywalker, his lightsaber ignited, his face a mask of cold determination. The temple guards move to intercept, but they're overwhelmed by the sheer number of clones. Anakin cuts through them like they're paper. He leads the way into the temple and the slaughter begins. Younglings hide in the council chambers, their instructors dead. They look up as Anakin enters, and for a moment there's hope in their eyes. Master Skywalker, what are we going to do? There are too many of them. Anakin looks down at them, and his lightsaber hums in the darkness. He thinks of Padme, of the power he needs to save her. He thinks of the Jedi who never trusted him, who held him back. These children will grow up to be more of the same. His blade flashes and their hope dies with them. The temple burns through the night. By morning, smoke rises from its spires, visible across all of Coruscant. The Jedi Order, guardians of peace for 1,000 generations, is shattered in a single night. Palpatine addresses an emergency session of the Senate. His voice is grave, sorrowful. My fellow senators, I come before you with terrible news. The Jedi have attempted a coup. They sought to overthrow the Republic and install themselves as rulers. Gasps echo through the chamber. Padme watches from her pod, her face ashen. Many Jedi were killed in the fighting, but the traitors have been dealt with. However, this attack has shown us the fundamental weakness of our Republic. We are too divided, too vulnerable to such threats. Therefore, I am declaring the Republic reformed into the First Galactic Empire. For a safe and secure society. Some senators applaud. Others look horrified. Bail Organa tries to stand and protest, but the cheering drowns him out. And I will not rule alone. Standing beside me will be my partner in this endeavor, a man who has proven his loyalty and strength time and again. Lord Vader. Anakin, now fully embraced as Vader, steps into view beside Palpatine. He wears black robes, his face hard and unyielding. Together, we will bring order to the galaxy. No more corruption, no more weakness, only strength, only unity. The Senate erupts in applause, though Padme can see the fear in many eyes. This isn't approval. It's terror masquerading as loyalty. That night, Obi-Wan arrives at Padme's apartment. She rushes to him, embracing him tightly. Thank the Force you're alive. I feared the worst. Many weren't so fortunate. Padme, I need to know. Where is Anakin? She pulls back, tears in her eyes. He's with Palpatine. He's become something I don't recognize anymore. He said he was doing it to save me, but I think he's lost himself. Obi-Wan's face hardens. Then we need to stop him before it's too late. The Jedi who survived are regrouping. Yoda has called for a meeting. Will you come with me? I'm pregnant, Obi-Wan, with Anakin's children. If I go with you, he'll see it as a betrayal. If I stay, I'm condoning what he's done. I don't know what to do. Then come with me. We'll figure this out together, but we can't stay here. It's not safe. As they prepare to leave, Anakin returns home. He senses Obi-Wan's presence immediately and his rage flares. You brought him here to kill me? No, Anakin, please. I just want to help you. Obi-Wan steps between them, lightsaber ready. Anakin, listen to me. Palpatine is manipulating you. Everything he's told you is a lie. He's using you. A lie? The lies are what the Jedi told me. That I wasn't ready. That I wasn't worthy. But Palpatine sees my true potential. Together we're going to bring order to the galaxy. By slaughtering children? By destroying everything the Republic stood for? That's not order, Anakin. That's tyranny. The Republic was already dead. We simply made it official. And those children would have grown up to be the same hypocrites as their masters. I did what was necessary. Padme steps forward, placing herself between them. Anakin, please. I love you, but I can't support this. If you continue down this path, you'll lose everything that made you who you are. Then you're against me too. His hand raises and Padme feels an invisible grip around her throat. She gasps, clawing at her neck as Anakin lifts her off the ground. Obi-Wan rushes forward, lightsaber blazing. Let her go! Anakin drops Padme and engages Obi-Wan. Their blades clash, blue against blue, master against former apprentice. The apartment explodes with their fury as they trade blows. Padme crawls toward the door, struggling to breathe. She manages to escape, but she can hear the sounds of battle following her. Anakin fights with unbridled aggression, each strike meant to kill. Obi-Wan defends desperately, trying to reach the man he once called brother. This isn't you, Anakin. You're better than this. I am better than I ever was as a Jedi, and I'm just getting started. He unleashes a wave of Force energy that throws Obi-Wan across the room. Before he can follow up, clone troopers arrive, responding to the disturbance. Obi-Wan uses the distraction to escape through a window, disappearing into the Coruscant underworld. Anakin doesn't pursue. He knows Obi-Wan will surface eventually, and when he does, he'll be ready. For now, he has more important work to do. In the Emperor's throne room, Palpatine and Vader stand together, looking out over the city planet. So your former master escaped, and your wife has fled. Do these failures concern you? They're irrelevant. Obi-Wan is one Jedi among many, and Padme will come to understand in time. What matters is the next phase of our plan. Indeed, the Jedi who survived will attempt to regroup. We must hunt them down before they can organize a resistance. But more importantly, we must build our new order. The Sith of old were limited by the rule of two, only two, a master and an apprentice. When the apprentice became strong enough, they would kill the master. It was a cycle of betrayal and limitation. Exactly. But we are beyond such primitive thinking. We will create an order of dark side warriors, trained and loyal to us. Not Sith in the traditional sense, but something new. Inquisitors, dark Jedi bound to our will. With them, we can control the entire galaxy. And what of those who resist? They will be crushed. We will make examples of them. Worlds that harbor Jedi will burn. Systems that refuse to submit will be occupied. Fear will keep them in line. Vader nods, his eyes cold. I know where some of the survivors fled. I can feel them through the Force. Their fear is like a beacon. Then we begin immediately. I will send our forces to secure key systems. You will lead the hunt for the Jedi. Show no mercy, Lord Vader. They had their chance to join us. Now they're simply obstacles. As you wish, my Emperor. Over the following weeks, the Empire tightens its grip on the galaxy. Imperial forces occupy Republic worlds, replacing democratic governments with Imperial governors. Dissenters are arrested. Protesters are dispersed with violence. The Senate becomes little more than a rubber stamp for Palpatine and Vader's decrees. On Police Massa, a secret medical facility, Padme gives birth to twins. Luke and Leia come into the world as their mother's life hangs by a thread. The medical droids work frantically, but the damage from Anakin's Force choke combined with the stress of childbirth is too much. Obi-Wan stands by her side, holding her hand. You have to live, Padme, for them. Your children need you. She smiles weakly, looking at her newborns. There is still good in him. I know there is. Promise me, Obi-Wan. Promise me you'll protect them, and promise me you won't give up on Anakin. I promise. Yoda enters the room, his face grave. Felt a disturbance I have. Coming, Vader is. We must leave now. They barely have time to gather the children before Imperial forces arrive. Vader leads the assault personally, cutting through the facility's defenses. He can feel Padme's presence, weak but still alive. But when he reaches the medical bay, he finds only empty beds and discarded equipment. They've escaped, taking his children with them. His rage explodes, destroying half the facility. His troops wisely keep their distance as he vents his fury. Obi-Wan and Yoda split up, each taking one child. Luke goes with Obi-Wan to Tatooine, to be raised by Owen and Beru Lars. Leia goes with Bail Organa to Alderaan, to be raised as a princess. Padme, still weak, goes with Bail as well. She will pose as Leia's aunt, staying close to her daughter while keeping her true identity hidden. It's not the life any of them wanted, but it's the best they can manage. On Coruscant, the Empire begins recruiting for its new Inquisitorius. Force-sensitive individuals, some former Jedi, others simply those with potential, are brought before Vader. Some join willingly, seduced by promises of power. Others are broken through torture and manipulation. The first Inquisitors are forged in pain and darkness. The Grand Inquisitor, a former Temple Guard, leads them. He kneels before Vader and Palpatine, his yellow eyes gleaming with devotion. We live to serve the Empire, and you will serve well. Your first task is to hunt down the remaining Jedi. Bring me their lightsabers as proof of their deaths. It will be done, my lords, but as the Inquisitors fan out across the galaxy, a problem begins to emerge. Without the discipline of the rule of two, without the structure of master and apprentice, the dark side begins to corrupt. Ser Junda, witnessing this, realizes the truth. The Empire is already eating itself from within. When Vader leaves, she manages to escape in the confusion. She joins the growing network of Jedi survivors, sharing what she learned. The Empire isn't just evil, it's unstable. Years pass. Luke and Leia grow up in separate worlds, unaware of their true heritage. The Empire spreads across the galaxy like a plague, but cracks are beginning to show. On Mustafar, Vader has built a fortress. It's here that he trains the most promising Inquisitors, pushing them to their limits. He stands in his meditation chamber, reaching out through the Force. He can feel Obi-Wan, faint but present, hiding somewhere in the outer rim. He can feel other Jedi, scattered and afraid. But he also feels something else, a presence he hasn't felt since Padmé's death. No, not death. He knows she survived. He's known for years. The question is where. His meditation is interrupted by Palpatine's arrival. The Emperor looks older now, the dark side taking its toll on his body despite his power. You spend too much time dwelling on the past, my friend. Your wife chose her path when she fled with Kenobi. She did. But my children didn't. They deserve to know their father. And you deserve to have them by your side. When we find them, we will bring them into the fold. Trained from youth, they will be more powerful than any Inquisitor. Together, our family will rule the galaxy for generations. If we find them. Padmé has hidden them well. We will find them. I have agents searching every system. And when I do, nothing will stop me from bringing them home. On Alderaan, Leia is now 10 years old. She's bright, precocious, and shows an uncanny ability to read people's emotions. Bail Organa watches her with pride and fear in equal measure. She's so much like her mother. Padmé nods, her hair now gray, her face lined with years of worry. And like her father, she has his spirit, his determination. We'll need to be careful. If Vader discovers her, he won't. We've been careful. But Bail, how long can we keep this up? The Empire grows stronger every day. Rebellions spring up and are crushed just as quickly. Eventually they'll find us. Then we make sure she's ready. When the time comes, she'll need to know the truth. But not yet. She's still a child. On Tatooine, Luke is also 10, working on his uncle's moisture farm. He's a dreamer, always looking up at the twin suns and imagining a life beyond the desert. Obi-Wan, now calling himself Ben Kenobi, watches from a distance. He sees Anakin in the boy, the same restless energy, the same hunger for something more. But he also sees Padmé's compassion, her gentle heart. One day, Luke notices the old hermit watching him. He waves, and after a moment's hesitation, Ben waves back. It's a small moment, but it's the beginning of a connection that will change everything. In the Imperial Palace, tensions are rising between Vader and Palpatine. It started subtly, disagreements over strategy, over how to handle dissent. But it's growing into something more fundamental. You grow soft, Lord Vader. You hesitate to destroy worlds that harbor rebels. Destroying worlds creates more rebels. Fear of destruction, yes, but also hope that resistance is possible. We should be more surgical in our approach. You question my methods. I question whether ruling through fear alone is sustainable. The dark side offers power, yes, but power without purpose is just destruction. And you think you understand purpose better than I do? You who slaughtered children because I told you it was necessary. That was different. That was to save Padmé, to secure our position. But now, we've secured nothing. The galaxy is more divided than ever. Rebellions grow bolder. Our Inquisitors scheme against each other. This isn't order. It's chaos. Palpatine's eyes narrow dangerously. Perhaps you've forgotten why we broke the Rule of Two. It was to create something greater than the Sith of old. But the Rule of Two existed for a reason. To prevent exactly what's happening now, the dark side corrupts. It makes us turn on each other. Look at our Inquisitors. Half of them would betray us for a taste of more power. Then we purge the disloyal and start again. And how long before the new ones become just as corrupted? How long before we turn on each other? Are you threatening me, Lord Vader? I'm stating a fact. The Sith always betray each other. It's our nature. The Rule of Two channeled that, controlled it. But we've unleashed it. And sooner or later, it will consume us. Palpatine rises from his throne, Force lightning crackling at his fingertips. You dare to lecture me? I who brought down the Republic. I who destroyed the Jedi. I taught you everything you know, and I am grateful. But gratitude doesn't change reality. We need to adapt, to evolve our methods, or we'll fall just like the Sith before us. The tension in the room is palpable. For a moment, it seems like they might come to blows. But Palpatine slowly lowers his hands, the lightning dissipating. Very well, what do you propose? We consolidate our power, eliminate the weaker Inquisitors, keep only the most loyal, and we stop trying to rule through fear alone. We need to give the people something to believe in. Hope, security, prosperity. You sound like a Jedi. Maybe the Jedi had some ideas worth keeping. They failed because they were too rigid, too dogmatic. But their core principle, protecting the galaxy, that resonated with people. If we can offer security, real security, We won't need to burn worlds to maintain control. Palpatine considers this, then nods slowly. Interesting. You've given this much thought. Perhaps our partnership has made you too comfortable, too willing to question. Or perhaps it's made me see the flaws in our approach. Either way, we can't continue as we have been. Something needs to change. Very well, we will try your way. But know this, Lord Vader. If your methods fail, if the galaxy slips from our grasp, we will return to mine. And you will not question me again. Agreed. Over the next year, the Empire's approach shifts. Vader takes a more active role in governance, working to stabilize systems rather than simply terrorizing them. He establishes trade agreements, invests in infrastructure, and punishes only the most overt rebels. The results are mixed. Some systems welcome the change, thriving under Imperial investment. Others see it as a trap, a velvet glove hiding an iron fist. The rebellions don't stop, but they do slow. Vader's reputation evolves from a figure of pure terror to something more complex. He's still feared, but some begin to see him as a force for order rather than just destruction. But not everyone is pleased with this change. Among the Inquisitors, there's growing resentment. The fifth brother speaks for many of them when he confronts Vader on Coruscant. My lord, we were promised power. We were told we would rule through strength. But now you make deals with rebels. You negotiate with systems that should be crushed. You question my orders. The dark side teaches us that power is the only truth, yet you seem to have forgotten that. The dark side also teaches us that survival requires adaptation. The strong survive by being smart, not just brutal. We are not Jedi to be limited by compassion. No, we're not. But we're also not animals, to be ruled only by bloodlust. Power without control is just savagery. Then perhaps you are no longer fit to wield that power. The fifth brother ignites his lightsaber, and several other Inquisitors follow suit. This has been building for months, the resentment, the hunger for more. They see Vader's pragmatism as weakness, and they mean to exploit it. Vader doesn't move, doesn't even seem concerned. You wish to challenge me? Then come. Let me show you why I was chosen for this position. They attack as one, 5 Inquisitors against a single Sith Lord. But Vader is not just any Sith Lord. His lightsaber ignites, and he moves like death incarnate. The fifth brother lunges first, his blade aimed at Vader's chest. Vader sidesteps, his lightsaber coming up in a brutal arc that severs the Inquisitor's arm. The fifth brother screams, but Vader silences him with a force choke, lifting him off the ground. The others hesitate, but they've committed now. They spread out, trying to surround him. Vader releases the fifth brother, letting him fall, and focuses on the others. The seventh sister tries to attack from behind, her double-bladed lightsaber spinning. Vader doesn't even turn. He extends his hand and she's thrown across the chamber, crashing through a window. The ninth sister, massive and powerful, charges forward with a roar. Her strength is impressive. Her strike's heavy enough to shatter stone, but Vader is stronger. He catches her lightsaber between his hands, using the force to halt its blade inches from his face. Then he twists and her weapon tears from her grip. His own blade finds her heart a moment later. The remaining 2 Inquisitors, seeing their comrades fall, attempt to flee. But Vader reaches out with the Force, sealing the doors. There is no escape from treachery. They turn to fight, desperation giving them strength. But desperation isn't enough. Vader cuts them down methodically, without mercy, without hesitation. When it's done, he stands alone among the bodies. The Grand Inquisitor arrives moments later, surveying the carnage. My lord, I heard the disturbance. These Inquisitors forgot their place. Let this be a reminder to the others. Loyalty is not optional. It will be done, my lord. But if I may, this is the 3rd purge of disloyal Inquisitors this year. Perhaps the problem is systemic. Vader looks at him, and the Grand Inquisitor feels the weight of that gaze. You think I don't know that? The dark side breeds ambition. We can channel it, control it, but we cannot eliminate it. Not without becoming something else entirely. Then what do we do? It's more than that. Your birth mother, she's not your aunt. She is Padme Amidala, former queen and senator of Naboo. Leia's eyes widen. But she said she was my aunt. Why would she lie? Because your father is Darth Vader, and if the Empire knew of your existence, you would be in grave danger. Leia staggers back, her mind reeling. Vader? The butcher of the Jedi? The Emperor's enforcer? That's my father? He wasn't always what he is now. Once he was Anakin Skywalker, a Jedi Knight and a hero of the Republic. But he was seduced by the dark side, corrupted by Palpatine. Your mother tried to save him, but she couldn't. I don't believe you. This has to be some kind of mistake. I'm nothing like him. aren't you? Bail's voice is gentle but firm. You have his strength, his determination, his passion. But you also have your mother's compassion, her sense of justice. You are both of them, Leia, and that makes you special. There's more. You have a brother, a twin. He's been hidden on Tatooine, raised by your father's step-family. Why are you telling me this now? Because the time is coming when you'll need to know. The Empire is fracturing from within. Vader and Palpatine's alliance is strained. Rebellions are growing bolder, and you, Leia, you have the potential to change everything. I don't want to change anything. I just want to be normal. Normal isn't an option for you. It never was. But that doesn't mean you can't choose your own path. You are not your father. You are not defined by his choices. You are Leia Organa, and you will decide your own destiny. Leia takes a shaky breath, trying to process everything. Can I meet him? My brother? Someday? But not yet. It's too dangerous. The Empire has agents everywhere. If they connected you two, if they realized who you are, everything would be lost. Then what am I supposed to do with this information? Prepare, learn, grow strong, and when the time comes, be ready to make the choice your father couldn't. Choose light over darkness. Leia nods slowly, determination replacing shock. I will, I promise. On Tatooine, Luke is also 15 and he's restless. Life on the moisture farm is suffocating. He dreams of becoming a pilot, of joining the Imperial Academy and seeing the galaxy. Owen Lars forbids it, insisting Luke is needed on the farm. But Luke is persistent. He sneaks away to Anchorhead, where he practices with his skyhopper and talks with other young people who dream of escape. It's there that he first hears about the rebellion. A group of smugglers and traders whisper about it in the cantina, about cells organizing across the galaxy, about Jedi survivors leading resistance efforts. Luke listens with fascination, but also with confusion. The Empire has brought order to the galaxy, hasn't it? His uncle always said the Jedi were traitors, but these people speak of them as heroes. One night, as Luke walks home through the desert, he's approached by Ben Kenobi. The old hermit has been watching him for years, waiting for the right moment. Luke Skywalker, we need to talk. Luke stops, his hand instinctively moving to the blaster at his hip. Old Ben, what do you want? I want to tell you about your father. Luke's eyes narrow. My father was a navigator on a spice freighter. He died when I was a baby. That's what Owen told you. But it's not the truth. Your father was Anakin Skywalker, a Jedi Knight and one of the greatest warriors the galaxy has ever known. Luke laughs, but there's uncertainty in it. A Jedi? You expect me to believe that? My father was a Jedi. Search your feelings, Luke. You've always known you were different. The dreams you have, the way you can sense things before they happen. That's the Force calling to you. It's your birthright, even if that's true, and I'm not saying it is. Why tell me now? Because the galaxy needs you. Your father fell to the dark side, became Darth Vader, but you don't have to follow his path. You can be what he should have been. A Jedi. Luke's mind races. Vader, the name everyone in the galaxy knows and fears. You're saying Vader is my father? Yes. And that's exactly why you must be trained. The dark side is strong in your bloodline, but so is the light. I can teach you to resist it, to use your power for good. I don't want any part of this. I just want to leave this planet, maybe join the Academy. The Imperial Academy? To serve the man who murdered your father's soul? Luke, you have a greater destiny than that. I don't believe in destiny. I believe in choices. And I choose to stay out of this war. Then you're choosing to let the Empire win. To let your father's legacy be one of tyranny and death. Is that really what you want? Luke turns away, anger and confusion warring inside him. Leave me alone, old man. I don't want to hear any more of this. Obi-Wan watches him go, sadness in his eyes. He's not ready, not yet. But the time is coming when he'll have no choice but to face the truth. Back on Coruscant, the relationship between Vader and Palpatine continues to deteriorate. They still present a united front to the galaxy, but in private the cracks are widening. Palpatine has grown paranoid, seeing betrayal in every shadow. He's begun secretly training a new apprentice, a young Force-sensitive named Mara Jade. She's talented, ruthless, and utterly loyal to him alone. Vader discovers this during a routine inspection of the Imperial Palace. He senses her presence, strong in the Force but trying to hide. He corners her in one of the palace's meditation chambers. Who are you, and why are you hiding from me? Mara Jade stands her ground, her hand on her lightsaber. I am the Emperor's hand, his personal assassin and agent, and I answer only to him. Another secret apprentice. Tell me, does the Emperor plan to replace me with you? I don't know his plans. I only follow his orders. And has he ordered you to kill me? Not yet, but if he does, I will try. Vader could kill her easily. She's skilled, but she's no match for him. Yet he hesitates. She reminds him of Ahsoka, of the young Padawan he once trained. There's potential in her, but also danger. Tell your master that I know about you. Tell him that secrets between partners are the first step toward betrayal. I will deliver your message, Lord Vader, but know this. When the Emperor decides you are no longer useful, I will be the one to end you. She leaves, and Vader stands alone, contemplating his options. The partnership is dying. He can feel it. The question is whether it will end in negotiation or in blood. He confronts Palpatine that evening. The Emperor is in his private chambers, lightning dancing between his fingers as he practices. You've been training an apprentice. Without my knowledge, without my consent. Mara Jade is merely a tool. She poses no threat to you, unless you give me reason to use her as such. We were supposed to be equals, partners. Yet you keep secrets from me, train potential replacements. Is this your idea of trust? Trust is earned, Lord Vader. And lately you've been questioning our methods, showing mercy where there should be none. You've grown soft. I've grown practical. There's a difference. And you've grown paranoid. We're supposed to be building something that lasts, not repeating the mistakes of the Sith before us. The rule of two ended for a reason. Yes, because we were supposed to be stronger together than apart. But you cannot even follow that simple principle. You train apprentices in secret, you scheme behind my back. How is that different from the old ways? Because I am still loyal to our vision, but I must have contingencies. You are powerful, Anakin, but you are not infallible. If something were to happen to you, the Empire needs continuity. And if something were to happen to you, would Mara Jade continue our partnership, or would she simply serve herself? Palpatine's eyes narrow dangerously. Are you threatening me? I'm asking a question. If we truly are partners, equals, then we should be able to discuss these things openly. Or have you decided that I'm just another apprentice after all? For a long moment, they stare at each other. The air crackles with dark side energy as both men's power surges. Then Palpatine laughs, a harsh, bitter sound. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps I have been too cautious, too protective of my own power. Very well, let us make a new arrangement. We will each maintain our own forces, our own apprentices, but we will not scheme against each other. Openly compete perhaps, but not betray. And how do we enforce that? How do we trust each other? We don't. Trust is for the weak, but we can have mutual benefit. As long as we're both more powerful together than apart, we have no reason to destroy each other. And when that changes, then we'll face that honestly. As Sith should. No more secrets, no more hidden plots. When the time comes to test our strength against each other, we'll do it openly. Vader considers this, then nods slowly. Agreed, but know this. If I discover you're still plotting behind my back, I will end this partnership permanently. The same applies to you, Lord Vader. We have an accord then. An accord built on the threat of mutual destruction. How very Sith of us. Indeed, perhaps we have not strayed as far from the old ways as we thought. They part, each knowing that the final confrontation is now inevitable. It's only a question of when. On Yavin 4, the Rebel Alliance has established a secret base. Jedi survivors, former Republic soldiers, and dissidents from across the galaxy gather here, planning their next move. Yoda and Obi-Wan are among the leadership, along with Bail Organa and other senators who oppose the Empire's formation. They're discussing reports of the growing rift between Vader and Palpatine when a new arrival is announced. Ahsoka Tano enters the command center, older now, her face marked by years of hiding and fighting. But her spirit remains unbroken. Master Yoda, Master Kenobi. It's good to see friendly faces. Ahsoka's eyes widen. Children, where? The boy is on Tatooine, hidden with Anakin's step-family. The girl is on Alderaan, raised as my daughter. Does Vader know? We believe he suspects, but he doesn't know their locations. We've kept them hidden for 15 years. Then we can't risk exposing them. If Vader learns about them, he'll stop at nothing to find them. Exactly why we must act carefully. But Ahsoka, if you truly wish to reach Anakin, perhaps the knowledge that his children exist might be the key. Or it might give him more reason to embrace the dark side, to want to rule alongside them. It's a gamble either way. Then let me take that gamble. Tell me where to find him. I'll arrange a meeting, somewhere neutral, and I'll try to bring him back. Yoda closes his eyes, communing with the Force. A great disturbance this will cause, but perhaps necessary it is. May the Force be with you, young Tano. Ahsoka leaves to prepare, and Obi-Wan turns to Yoda. Do you think she can succeed where I failed? Succeed perhaps not, but try she must. And in trying, reveal much she will. About Anakin and about ourselves. The meeting is arranged on Mortis, a planet strong in the Force, balanced between light and dark. Ahsoka arrives first, waiting in the ancient temple ruins. When Vader's ship lands, she feels his presence like a weight on her soul. He emerges from his shuttle, his armor gleaming, his cape billowing. He walks toward her slowly, and she ignites her white lightsabers. Ahsoka, I wondered if you survived. Anakin, or should I call you Vader now? Call me whatever you wish. Names are just labels. What matters is that you came alone. Foolish, perhaps, but necessary. I needed to see you, to see if there's anything left of the man who trained me. And what do you see? I see someone in pain. Someone who's lost their way. But I also see my master. The man who saved my life, who believed in me when no one else did. That man is still in there, Anakin. I know he is. You're wrong. That man died on Mustafar, died in the Jedi Temple. I am what remains. And I am stronger for it, are you? Because from where I stand, you look like a slave. Palpatine's slave. You serve him, follow his orders, just like you used to follow the councils. How is that freedom? I'm no one's slave. The Emperor and I are partners, equals. Really? Is that why he's training secret apprentices? Is that why you're always looking over your shoulder, waiting for the betrayal? Vader's hand clenches into a fist. You know nothing of our arrangement. I know the Sith always betray each other. It's their nature. And I know you, Anakin. You never wanted power for its own sake. You wanted to protect people, to save them. But look what you've become, a symbol of fear and oppression. She deactivates her lightsabers, approaching him slowly. It's not too late. You can still come back. We can fight the Empire together, restore the Republic. The Jedi will welcome you. The Republic is dead, and the Jedi deserved what they got. They were hypocrites, claiming to serve the Force while serving the Senate, claiming to have no attachments while judging me for mine. You may hate what I've become, but at least I'm honest about it. Then be honest with yourself. You did this for Padme, to save her. But did you? Is she with you now? Are you happy? Vader's breathing becomes labored through his mask. Padme made her choice. She chose them over me. No, she chose what was right over what was easy. She loved you, Anakin. She always loved you, but she couldn't stand by and watch you destroy everything she believed in. She's alive, you know, hiding, protecting your children from you. Vader goes completely still. Children, yes, twins, a boy and a girl. Your legacy, the family you always wanted. But they're growing up thinking you're a monster. Is that the legacy you want to leave them? Where are they? I can't tell you that, but I can tell you that they deserve better than this. They deserve to know their father as a hero, not as a villain. You can still be that hero, Anakin. You can still make things right. It's too late for that. I've done too much, gone too far. The Jedi would never accept me, even if I wanted to return, which I don't. Then don't do it for the Jedi. Do it for Padme. Do it for your children. Do it for the man you used to be. Vader stands there for a long moment, and Ahsoka can feel the conflict raging inside him. Light and dark, battling for supremacy. Then his hand moves to his lightsaber. I cannot go back. The path forward is the only one left to me. But I will find my children. I will bring them to my side. And together, we will rule the galaxy as a family. Ahsoka's lightsabers ignite again. I can't let you do that. Then you'll die here. They clash, master and apprentice, one final time. Their lightsabers create a storm of light in the temple, illuminating ancient carvings that depict the eternal struggle between light and dark. Ahsoka fights defensively, still hoping to reach him. Vader fights to kill, putting all his rage and pain into every strike. But as they battle, something changes. Ahsoka begins to see through the Force not just Vader, but Anakin beneath. She sees his fear, his regret, his desperate loneliness. And Vader, despite himself, begins to remember. He remembers training her, watching her grow, feeling pride in her accomplishments. He remembers the man he was before the armor, before the hate. Their blades lock and they stand face to face. I won't give up on you, Anakin. No matter what you've become, you're still my master, and I still believe in you. Her words hit him like a physical blow. For just a moment, his guard drops. And in that moment, Ahsoka does something unexpected. She deactivates her lightsabers and opens her arms. If you're going to strike me down, then do it. But I won't fight you anymore. I won't be another person you've lost to violence. Vader's lightsaber hums in the air, inches from her chest. His hand trembles. All he has to do is thrust forward and she's dead. One more Jedi eliminated. One more connection to his past severed. But he can't do it. With a roar of frustration, he deactivates his weapon and steps back. Leave. Now. Before I change my mind. Ahsoka bows slightly. Thank you, Anakin, for proving that you're still in there. She leaves and Vader collapses to his knees. Around him, the Force swirls with confusion and pain. He buries his face in his hands, and for the first time in years, Anakin Skywalker weeps. On Coruscant, Palpatine senses the disturbance. He feels Vader's conflict, his weakness, and he makes his decision. The partnership is over. It's time to replace his wayward ally with someone more reliable. He summons Mara Jade to his throne room. The time has come. Lord Vader has become a liability. His attachments make him weak. You will go to Mustafar and eliminate him. My master, Vader is powerful. Even with my skills, you will not go alone. I am activating the contingency. The Grand Inquisitor and the remaining loyalists will accompany you. Together, you will overwhelm him. And if he survives, then the Empire will fragment into civil war, and I will rule over whichever side emerges victorious. But I suspect you will succeed. Vader is distracted, conflicted. He will not see the betrayal coming until it's too late. Mara Jade bows. It will be done, my Emperor. She leaves to gather her forces, and Palpatine smiles. The rule of two was broken, yes. But in the end, the old ways always reassert themselves. One master, one apprentice. The strong survive. The weak perish. On Mustafar, Vader returns to his fortress. He's still reeling from his encounter with Ahsoka, still processing the knowledge that his children are alive. He tries to meditate, to find clarity in the dark side, but all he finds is confusion. His meditation is interrupted by alarms. Multiple ships are approaching, Imperial signatures. He reaches out through the Force and senses Mara Jade, the Grand Inquisitor, and a dozen other dark side users. All coming for him. So this is how it ends. The Emperor has finally made his move. Vader stands and ignites his lightsaber. If Palpatine wants him dead, he'll have to do better than this. The attackers land, and Vader meets them in the courtyard of his fortress. Lava flows on all sides, the heat oppressive. It's fitting, he thinks. This is where Anakin died. Perhaps it's where Vader will die too. Lord Vader, Mara Jade calls out, her lightsaber ignited. By order of Emperor Palpatine, you are to be executed for treason against the Empire. Treason? I helped build this empire. I am the Empire, you were, but you've become weak, conflicted. The Emperor has no use for weakness. Then come. Let me show you what weakness looks like. They charge as one, and the battle begins. Vader is a whirlwind of destruction, his lightsaber flashing in the volcanic light. He cuts down two Inquisitors in the first exchange, their bodies falling into the lava below. The Grand Inquisitor attacks from the side, his double-bladed lightsaber spinning. Vader catches it with the Force, halting it mid-spin, then tears it from his hands. A Force push sends the Grand Inquisitor flying. Mara Jade is more skilled than the others. She dances around his attacks, looking for openings, but Vader is too experienced. He anticipates her moves, countering each strike. When she tries to use the Force against him, he simply overpowers her, his strength in the dark side vastly superior. But there are too many of them. For every one he strikes down, two more take their place. They coordinate their attacks, working together to wear him down. Vader begins to tire. His breathing becomes more labored, his strikes slower. The Grand Inquisitor recovers and rejoins the battle. Together with Mara Jade, they begin to push Vader back toward the lava flows. He's bleeding from multiple wounds now, his armor cracked and scorched, but he refuses to fall. With a roar, he unleashes a wave. Mother, something's wrong. I can feel it. Padme comes to her side, concern on her face. What do you sense? Violence, anger, and something else. Someone calling out, looking for me. It's your father. He knows you exist now, and he's coming to find you. Then we need to run. Hide somewhere he can't reach. No, running won't help. He's too powerful, too determined. If he's truly coming for us, we need to be ready to face him. But I'm not ready. I've barely begun my training. Then we accelerate it. Bail has been in contact with the Rebel Alliance. There are Jedi there who can teach you, help you master your abilities. You'll need them if you're going to survive what's coming. On Tatooine, Luke has a similar experience. He wakes from a dream, his heart pounding. He saw a figure in black armor reaching out to him, calling his name. Ben Kenobi appears at his door the next morning. You felt it too. Your father is searching for you. Luke nods, still shaken. What do I do? What you should have done months ago. Come with me to the Rebel Alliance. Let me train you as a Jedi. It's the only way you'll be strong enough to face him. And if I don't want to face him, what if I just want to run? You can't run from destiny, Luke, and you can't run from family. Sooner or later, you'll have to confront your father. The question is whether you'll do it as a trained Jedi or as a frightened boy. Luke looks at the twin suns rising over the desert. He thinks about his life on the farm, the simplicity of it. Then he thinks about the galaxy, burning under the Empire's rule. His father's rule. I'll come with you, but I'm not promising anything. I'll train, I'll learn, but I won't become a weapon for your rebellion. I'm not asking you to be a weapon. I'm asking you to be a Jedi. To use your power to protect others, not to destroy them. That's a choice you'll have to make yourself. They leave Tatooine together, heading for the rebel base on Yavin 4. On Coruscant, Vader's ship lands at the Imperial Palace. He strides through the corridors, cutting down any guard who tries to stop him. His fury is palpable, his power overwhelming. Palpatine waits in his throne room, lightning crackling at his fingertips. So you survived. I should have known Mara Jade wasn't ready for such a task. She never stood a chance. Neither does anyone else you send against me. This ends now, Palpatine. Our partnership, our empire, all of it. I'm going to tear it down, starting with you. Bold words. But you forget who taught you everything you know. I made you what you are, Anakin. Without me, you're nothing. You made me a slave. You manipulated me, used me. But I'm done being your puppet. Today, I take back my freedom. They clash, and the throne room explodes with dark side energy. Lightning meets lightsaber, force push counters force pull. The two most powerful Sith in the galaxy battle for supremacy. Palpatine is faster, his technique more refined. But Vader is stronger, his connection to the Force deeper. They're evenly matched, and they both know it. As we should have been from the start, Vader says, blocking a lightning strike. Equals, partners. But you could never accept that. You always needed to be the master. And you always needed to be the rebel. That's your weakness, Anakin. You can never truly commit to the dark side. Part of you still clings to the light. Then let's see if the light is enough to save you. Vader unleashes all his power, channeling the Force through his entire being. The walls crack, the floor buckles. Palpatine staggers under the assault, his defenses crumbling. For the first time in decades, the Emperor feels fear. But as Vader prepares to deliver the final blow, he hesitates. He sees Palpatine not as a Sith Lord, but as the man who once offered him friendship when he had none. The man who believed in him when the Jedi didn't. It's the same weakness that stopped him from killing Ahsoka. And Palpatine exploits it. Lightning erupts from his hands, catching Vader off guard. The energy courses through his armor, frying his mechanical systems. Vader falls to his knees, his lightsaber clattering away. Foolish boy. This is why you could never truly be Sith. You still care. You still hope. And hope is the greatest weakness of all. Palpatine advances, lightning intensifying. Vader's screams echo through the palace. But before Palpatine can finish him, the throne room doors explode inward. Ahsoka stands there, flanked by Obi-Wan and a dozen rebel commandos. "Leave him alone!" They engage Palpatine together. Ahsoka and Obi-Wan's lightsabers meet his, while the commandos provide covering fire. The Emperor is powerful, but even he can't face multiple Jedi Masters and survive. Vader watches from the floor, his vision blurring. He should hate them for interfering, but instead he feels something he hasn't felt in years. Gratitude. Palpatine realizes he's outmatched. With a snarl, he unleashes a massive force storm that throws everyone back, then flees through a secret passage. The rebels could pursue, but Obi-Wan stops them. Let him go. We have someone more important to save. He kneels beside Vader, examining the damage. Anakin, can you hear me? Vader's helmet has cracked, revealing part of his scarred face. His breathing is shallow, labored. Obi-Wan, you came. Of course I came. You're my brother, Anakin. I never stopped caring about you, even when you lost your way. I thought you hated me. I did, for a time. But hatred is exhausting, and ultimately it's not the Jedi way. I've been holding on to hope that someday you'd find your way back. Ahsoka joins them, tears in her eyes. Master, stay with us. We can get you medical attention. Vader shakes his head weakly. Too late. Palpatine's lightning, it's destroyed too much. My systems are failing. Then use the time you have left wisely. Tell us where Palpatine fled. Help us end this. Not yet. First, my children. I need to see them. They need to know. Know what? That their father was a monster? A killer? They deserve better than that. They deserve to know I loved them, even if I never showed it, even if I did terrible things. They need to know. Obi-Wan and Ahsoka exchange glances. Then Obi-Wan nods. We'll bring them to you. But Anakin, when they arrive, you need to be honest with them. No more lies. No more manipulation. Just the truth. I promise. They arrange transport, and within days, Luke and Leia arrive on Coruscant. They're nervous, uncertain. All their lives, they've heard stories about Vader. Now they're about to meet him. Obi-Wan brings them to a medical facility where Vader rests. His armor has been removed, revealing the extent of his injuries. He looks more human now, but also more vulnerable. Luke and Leia approach slowly. Vader's eyes open and he sees them for the first time. They look so much like Padme, so much like him. My children. Finally, Luke speaks first. Why did you want to see us? To apologize? To explain? To tell you that everything I did, every terrible choice I made, I thought I was doing it for the right reasons. But I was wrong. I lost my way, and I hurt people I loved, including your mother. Leia's voice is cold. You tried to kill her, I know. That's my greatest shame. I let my fear and anger control me. I became the very thing I swore to destroy. But she survived. She's alive, and she's here. Padme enters the room, her face a mixture of pain and love. She's been waiting outside, gathering the courage to face him. Anakin. She approaches his bedside, and he reaches for her hand. Padme, I'm sorry for everything. I know you are. But sorry doesn't erase what you've done. Doesn't bring back the Jedi you killed. Doesn't undo the Empire's atrocities. I know, but I can try to make amends. Palpatine is still out there. He'll try to rebuild, to take back control. But I can stop him. I know his plans, his resources. I can help the rebellion end this war. Is that all you want? To be useful one last time before you die? I want to be their father, even if only for a little while. I want them to know me as something other than a monster. Luke and Leia look at each other, communicating silently in that way twins do. Then Leia speaks. Tell us about yourself. Not Vader. Anakin. Who were you before all of this? Vader Anakin begins to talk. He tells them about growing up as a slave on Tatooine, about his mother, who loved him unconditionally, about his dreams of freeing all the slaves in the galaxy. He tells them about meeting Padme, about their secret marriage, about his fears when he learned she was pregnant, and his joy at the thought of being a father. He tells them about the Jedi, both the good and the bad, about Obi-Wan's training, about Ahsoka's courage, about the Council's distrust and his growing resentment. He tells them about Palpatine's manipulation, how he preyed on every fear and insecurity, how he offered everything Anakin wanted and asked only for his soul in return. And he tells them about the moment he fell. The choice he made on Mustafar, the lightsaber in his hand, the younglings before him. The point of no return. I can't undo any of it. I can't bring back the people I killed, but I can try to ensure it never happens again. I can help you stop Palpatine, stop the Empire, and maybe, just maybe, I can show you that even the darkest soul can find a glimmer of light. Luke speaks, his voice thoughtful. The Jedi teach that anyone can be redeemed, that the Force seeks balance. If that's true, if there's really light left in you, then prove it. Help us end this war, and then face justice for what you've done. I will, I swear it. Leia nods slowly. Then let's begin. Tell us everything you know about Palpatine's plans. Over the next weeks, Anakin shares everything. The locations of secret Imperial facilities, the names of high-ranking officers who might turn against Palpatine, the Emperor's hidden caches of Sith artifacts. Most importantly, he reveals Palpatine's ultimate contingency. How do we do that? By offering him what he wants most, me. If he thinks he can recapture me, turn me back to his side, he'll take the risk. Obi-Wan shakes his head. That's too dangerous. He'll kill you, probably, but it's the only way. And besides, I'm dying anyway. Better to die doing something right than to waste away in a medical bed. Padme takes his hand. Anakin, you don't have to do this. Yes, I do, for you. For our children. For everyone I've hurt. This is the only way I can make amends. The plan is set. They leak information that Vader has been captured by the rebellion and is being held on Dantooine. Palpatine, in hiding on Exegol, senses the truth in the rumors. He gathers his remaining forces and prepares to strike. Meanwhile, the rebels position their fleet near the unknown regions, ready to assault Palpatine's hidden armada. On Dantooine, Anakin waits in a cell that's deliberately easy to infiltrate. Luke and Leia are nearby, hidden but watching. Obi-Wan and Ahsoka are with the main fleet. When Palpatine arrives, he comes with a small strike force. He doesn't trust anyone anymore, not after Vader's betrayal. He enters the facility personally, cutting through rebel defenders. When he reaches Anakin's cell, he finds his former partner sitting calmly, waiting. Anakin, how far you've fallen. Captured by the rebels like a common criminal. I came willingly. This is a trap, obviously, but you came anyway, because you couldn't resist. You need me, Palpatine. You always have. Palpatine's eyes narrow. I need no one, but I am willing to give you one final chance. Renounce the rebellion. Return to my side. Together we can still rule the galaxy. And if I refuse, then you die here, along with everyone you've tried to protect. Anakin stands slowly, his weakened body trembling with effort. I'm already dying. Your lightning saw to that. But before I go, I'm going to make sure you can't hurt anyone else. Palpatine laughs. You? You can barely stand. What can you possibly do to stop me? This Anakin activates a hidden transmitter. Across the galaxy, the rebel fleet receives the signal and jumps to hyperspace, heading for the unknown regions. At the same moment, Luke and Leia emerge from hiding, their lightsabers ignited. Palpatine's expression darkens as he realizes he's been played. You sacrificed yourself to buy them time. How noble. How foolish. Maybe. But it's the first truly selfless thing I've done in years. And it's worth it. Luke and Leia attack together, their movements synchronized despite never having trained together. They're raw, inexperienced, but they have something Palpatine doesn't expect. Hope. The Emperor fights them off easily at first, his centuries of experience overwhelming their youth. But Anakin, summoning the last of his strength, joins the battle. Together, the three Skywalkers face the Dark Lord of the Sith. Palpatine realizes he's in danger. He unleashes Force lightning, trying to fry all three of them at once. But Anakin steps forward, using his body as a shield. The lightning courses through him, causing unimaginable pain. Luke and Leia feel their father's agony through the Force. No. Father, don't! Anakin grits his teeth, forcing himself to stay standing. Run, both of you. Get to your ships and join the fleet. I'll hold him here. We're not leaving you! You have to. The galaxy needs you, not me. I'm just buying time. Now go. Leia hesitates, but Luke grabs her hand. They flee, and Palpatine tries to pursue. But Anakin, with the last of his strength, uses the Force to collapse the corridor behind them, trapping himself and Palpatine in the cell. You've doomed yourself for nothing, Palpatine hisses. I will escape. I will hunt down your children. And I will make them suffer for your betrayal. No, you won't, because I'm not going to let you leave this place alive. Anakin reaches deep into the Force, deeper than he's ever gone before. He feels the light and the dark swirling together inside him. For the first time in decades, he doesn't try to control it or suppress one side. He simply lets it be. Balance. The Force surges through him and the entire facility begins to shake. What are you doing? Balancing the scales. Anakin unleashes a massive Force explosion, channeling every ounce of his remaining life energy. The facility collapses, burying both of them under tons of rubble. Palpatine, caught in the blast, screams in rage and pain. His body is crushed, his connection to the Force severed. As the dust settles, Anakin lies in the ruins, barely breathing. Through the Force, he reaches out one last time. He feels Padme, feels her love and her grief. He feels Luke and Leia, feels their determination and their growing strength. He feels Obi-Wan and Ahsoka, feels their pride in him for finally doing the right thing. And he feels peace. Anakin Skywalker closes his eyes for the last time and becomes one with the Force. In the unknown regions, the rebel fleet engages Palpatine's hidden armada. It's a brutal battle, Star Destroyers against smaller rebel ships. But the rebels have Jedi leading them, and they have hope. Obi-Wan and Ahsoka coordinate the assault, their battle meditation guiding the rebel pilots to weak points in the Imperial formation. One by one, the Star Destroyers fall. When news reaches the fleet that Palpatine is dead, that Anakin sacrificed himself to stop the Emperor, morale soars. The Imperial forces, leaderless and demoralized, begin to surrender. Some flee into the unknown regions, refusing to give up. But most lay down their arms, exhausted by years of war. The Battle of the Unknown Regions becomes the turning point. Without Palpatine and Vader, the Empire fragments. Regional governors declare independence. Some try to seize power for themselves, but they lack the Force, the presence that made the Empire's leadership so terrifying. The Rebel Alliance moves quickly to fill the vacuum. They restore the Senate, begin dismantling the most oppressive imperial laws, and work to rebuild the Republic. It's not easy. There are setbacks, conflicts, and moments when it seems like the galaxy will descend into chaos. But slowly, painfully, order is restored. Not the iron-fisted order of the Empire, but something more fragile and more precious. Freedom. On Naboo, they hold a funeral for Anakin Skywalker. Padme stands before his empty casket, her face lined with tears. Luke and Leia stand on either side of her, along with Obi-Wan and Ahsoka. He was a complicated man, Padme says, her voice thick with emotion. He did terrible things. Hurt people I loved, destroyed so much. But he was also capable of great love, great sacrifice. In the end, he chose light over darkness. He chose his children over power. And that's how I want to remember him. Obi-Wan places a hand on her shoulder. He was my brother, my student, my greatest failure and my greatest pride. I spent years blaming myself for his fall, but in the end he saved himself. Not me, not the Jedi, not even the Force. Just Anakin making the choice to be better. Ahsoka wipes away tears. He taught me that even Jedi make mistakes, that we're not perfect, not infallible. But he also taught me that mistakes don't define us. It's what we do after that matters. Luke speaks next, his voice strong despite his grief. I never knew him as Anakin, only as Vader. But in those final weeks I saw glimpses of who he was. A man who loved deeply, who feared losing what he loved. I understand that fear now, and I promise to honor his memory by never letting that fear control me the way it controlled him. Leia is the last to speak. Her voice is cold at first, angry. Part of me will never forgive him for what he did. To my mother, to the Jedi, to the galaxy. But part of me understands that he was a victim too. Palpatine manipulated him, preyed on his weaknesses. That doesn't excuse his actions, but it explains them. And in the end, he did what he could to make amends. That has to count for something. They lower his casket into the ground, next to where Padme will one day be buried. The funeral ends and the mourners disperse. But Luke and Leia remain, standing together. What do we do now? Leia asks. Now we rebuild. We create something better than what came before. We make sure his sacrifice meant something, and we never forget the lessons he taught us. About power, about fear, about the cost of losing yourself. Luke nods. Master Kenobi wants to train us, to make us proper Jedi. Will you join me? Leia considers this. The Jedi failed my father. Their rules, their dogma, it pushed him away. If I'm going to be trained, it's going to be different. I'm not going to suppress my emotions or pretend I don't have attachments. I'm going to be a Jedi who loves openly, who fights for what she believes in, who isn't afraid to question authority. Sounds like you'll be a handful. Leia smirks. I'm a Skywalker. It's in my blood. They embrace, and together they walk back to where Obi-Wan and Ahsoka wait. The future is uncertain, but for the first time in years, it's not dark. On Exegol, in the ruins of Palpatine's throne room, something stirs. The Emperor's body was destroyed, but his essence, his consciousness, survived. It clings to life through Sith alchemy, through dark science, through secrets of the Force that should have stayed buried. He begins the long process of cloning himself, creating a new body to house his spirit. It will take years, decades even, but he has time. The Sith are patient, and when he returns, he will be stronger than ever. But that is a story for another time. For now, the galaxy celebrates its freedom. The Empire is gone. The Sith are defeated, and the Skywalker family, broken and scarred, begins the long process of healing. Years later, Luke and Leia have become powerful Jedi in their own right. They've trained others, creating a new generation of Force users who learn from the mistakes of the past. They don't suppress emotion or forbid attachments. Instead, they teach balance, teach that love and duty can coexist. On Tatooine, Luke stands before the home where he grew up. Obi-Wan's spirit appears beside him, shimmering in the Force. You've done well, Luke. Better than I ever expected. I had good teachers, and a complicated legacy to live up to. Your father would be proud of you, both of who you've become and who you've chosen to be. Do you think he found peace? In the Force? I believe he did. The Force is about balance, Luke. Light and dark, life and death, redemption and damnation. Your father walked through all of it. In the end, he found his way home. On Alderaan, Leia addresses the newly reformed Senate. She's become a leader, respected and feared in equal measure. As we move forward, we must remember where we came from. The Empire rose because the Republic failed its people, because we became complacent, corrupt, blind to suffering. We cannot make that mistake again. We must be vigilant. We must be just. And we must never again allow fear to make us surrender our freedom for the illusion of security. The Senate applauds, and Leia feels her father's presence in the Force. Not speaking, not guiding, just there, watching, proud. In the Force, Anakin Skywalker watches his children. He sees them growing, leading, loving. He sees them creating the galaxy he always dreamed of but never knew how to build. He sees Padme too, now one with the Force after a long life. She joins him, and together they watch over their family. We did something right, he says. Despite everything, despite all my failures, they turned out well. They had help, Padme replies. Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Bail. Good people who taught them what we couldn't, but they also had your strength, your determination, your refusal to give up even when everything seemed lost. That's your gift to them. I just wish I could have been there for them, raised them, taught them, loved them the way they deserved. You loved them the best way you could, by letting them go, by sacrificing yourself so they could live. That's a father's love, Anakin, the purest kind. They stand together, two souls intertwined, watching the galaxy heal. The rule of two was broken, and in its place came something new. Not Jedi, not Sith, but something in between. Balance, That's our theory. The Star Wars universe is a galaxy filled with exciting stories and possibilities, and we love exploring them. If you want to accompany us on this journey to a galaxy far, far away, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.